They're so bad, they're good. Or so good we don't know why anyone thinks they're bad. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 modern cult-following movies.
Well then, it's hacking time.
For this list, we're looking at films released between the year 2000 and now that have earned legions of die-hard fans without breaking box office sales records in the process. They can be bad and beloved, or good and underappreciated. All that matters is that they're easy to miss and hard to forget. Also, spoiler alert.
You want to fight me for her?
Was that not clear? Was that not clear?
Number 10, What We Do in the Shadows.
It's kind of affected my friendship with normal people, my family and stuff. But the way I see it, I've got a whole new family. They accept me for who I am, and I accept them for who they are. Even though one of them killed me.
American moviegoers will recognize actor-director Taika Waititi as the man behind 2017's Thor Ragnarok. But Waititi has been big news in his home country of New Zealand long before the rest of us. Due to his offbeat films like Eagle vs. Shark, Boy, and This Movie, a laugh-out-loud horror mockumentary about 4 out-of-touch vampires who share a house in the suburbs together.
You don't have to come, but I thought I'd extend an invitation to you just in case.
Co-starring and co-written by Jermaine Clement of Flight of the Conchords fame, What We Do in the Shadows is sometimes ghastly, occasionally sweet, and always funny. It's also full of quotable dialogue and memorable moments. Not only do all these features make up the perfect recipe for a cult hit, but they also helped spawn a hilarious and critically praised TV series of the same name.
And now we come to the reading of the letter.
At last.
Guillermo, close the door.
Number 9, MacGruber.
Well, I think you're looking in the mirror.
You want to go?
Anytime, any place.
Starting to like this guy.
A surprising number of films begin life as a Saturday Night Live sketch, and this over-the-top MacGyver parody is no different. What sets MacGruber apart from most other SNL-inspired movies is its deep roots in action films of the 1980s and 90s, such as Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, and First Blood.
I gotta admit, I'm kinda glad you're still alive.
It balances Will Forte's narcissistic and ridiculous ex-Army Ranger MacGruber against a cast including Kristen Wiig, Maya Rudolph, and others, who play it relatively straight. MacGruber's humor and cult classic memorability arise from the tension between those two elements.
Ready?
Time to go pound some gum.
Yeah.
Number 8, Battle Royale. What do you do when a crippling recession breaks your country? If you're Japan, you apparently periodically send in high school kids to fight each other to the death in a large outdoor arena. Predating the Hunger Games by more than a decade, Battle Royale is surprisingly similar to those mega-popular films, but it's much harsher, pulling no punches in its exploration of murder and suicide under extreme duress. Death in Battle Royale is grim and often unexpected, and because the fighters all knew each other beforehand, things get complicated between them fast. It's a dark, stylish, and unforgettable cinematic experience. Number 7, Mandy.
That Florida ass. He couldn't find his nose in a mirror.
This American-Canadian production mixes action and dark fantasy with live action and animation, and just so happens to be about a cult. Oh yeah, it also has Nicolas Cage in the role of Red Miller, which uses the actor's insanely over-the-top acting in the most fitting and unforgettable way. As a man whose girlfriend is burned alive in front of his eyes by said cult, Cage as Miller is allowed to go absolutely ballistic in his quest for revenge. The result is an intensely emotional, supremely violent, and well-directed flick that had both critics and moviegoers raving for weeks. Number 6, Dredd.
This block operates under the same rules as the rest of the city. Mama is not the law. I am the law.
Arguably one of the most visually arresting action movies of this decade, Dredd pairs the testosterone-fueled violence of the Judge Dredd comic strips with breathtaking slow-motion cinematography and a surprisingly understated lead performance from Karl Urban.
Your crimes include multiple homicide and the attempted murder of a judge. If you do not comply, the sentence is death.
The film is a treat for fans, showcasing the overwhelming scale of Megacity 1 and the wickedness of its criminals in a way that feels very true to the source material. Dredd himself comes across as severe and unstoppable, but also ethical and self-controlled, rather than a tooth-gnashing caricature. Overall, it's stylish fan service done right, and you can't ask for more than that.
I'm wondering when you'd remember you left your helmet behind.
Sir, a helmet can interfere with my psychic abilities.
I think a bullet might interfere with them more.
Number 5. Brick.
Throwing at me if you want, Hashhead. I got all 5 senses, and I slept last night. That puts me 6 up on the lot of you.
No group of people take themselves more seriously than teenagers, and this movie recognizes that fact. It's a sharply written mystery that takes the trappings of hard-boiled film noir detective stories and transplants them onto a group of teens in the present day, with pitch-perfect results.
1250 Vista Blanca, the ink blotter on the desk in the den or the basement of the house with the tacky mailbox.
It's electrifying to watch the protagonist, Brendan, visit various high school cliques, and slowly gather information with the dogged determination of a silver screen gumshoe, as the plot twists and turns the whole way. Brick is a dark film fraught with death and danger, and it's not for everyone, but many cinephiles consider it to be a modern mystery classic.
She took the hit for you, and you let her take it.
Stop!
That's the tale.
Stop!
Tell me it's not!
Stop it! No.
Number 4. Napoleon Dynamite.
What's there to eat?
Knock it off, Napoleon. Make yourself a dang quesadilla.
Fine.
On the surface, this is a quietly silly comedy about an unlikable loner who has trouble communicating with others. It can be hard to connect with Napoleon because it's hard to tell whether he even cares about what's happening. But people who watch a little more closely start to see that he is paying attention, and he does care, he just has trouble expressing it. That little ribbon of humanity ties the whole movie together and changes it from a pointless exercise in laughing at awkward people into a charming and uplifting tale about making the most of the cards you're dealt.
If you vote for me, all of your wildest dreams will come true. Thank you.
Number 3. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
So alone.
You're not alone.
What?
You're just having some idiotic dream.
Despite a ton of hype and critical acclaim, this quirky action comedy was a box office flop, granting it cult film status almost from the start. It's a comic book adaptation that mines the 21st century nerd culture trend for surprising and entertaining video game-based visual cues to tell a whimsical story about a man who must defeat his girlfriend's 7 evil exes in order to win the day.
Wait! We're fighting over Ramona?
Didn't you get my email explaining the situation?
I skimmed it.
The exes are almost more fun to watch than the main character, and the simple plot and colorful cast keep the movie entertaining and easy to view from start to finish.
Prepare. Prepare to feel the wrath of the League of Evil Exes.
Number 2. Donnie Darko.
Oh, I have those too. What kind of emotional problems does your dad have?
He stabbed my mom 4 times in the chest.
This film about potentiality and alternate dimensions isn't quite as mind-bending as it sometimes thinks it is, but it's still strange and attention-grabbing enough for anyone. Aside from introducing a new generation of fans to the Tears for Fears classics Mad World and Head Over Heels, Donnie Darko used its unusual premise, an event that wasn't supposed to happen but did, to explore interesting questions about free will and personal responsibility in an accessible way. On top of all that, it's a pretty decent high school drama in its own right, making it the rare movie that has a little something for everyone. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
I really think that you need to ask yourself one simple question. How do you feel about frontal male nudity?
You're real?
To bother me. To get me caught. I must get home.
Follow me.
Where are we going?
Run, rabbit, run. Run, rabbit. Run, rabbit.
What's your name?
Norman.
Are you waiting for a bus?
Yes.
Who are you?
My name's Alien. My real name's Al, but truth be told, I ain't from this planet, y'all.
Not quite at the end yet. Almost there though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business. Number 1. The Room.
Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't know it was you. Here you go.
That's me. How much is it?
It'll be $18.
Here you go. Keep the change. Hi, doggy.
You're my favorite customer.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
More than the disjointed but oh so quotable dialogue, more than the bad acting and unexplained personality shifts, more than the endless go nowhere subplots, what makes this legendary film so captivating are the little details. The clothing, the leisure activities, the attempts at small talk that reflect a distorted, funhouse mirror vision of ordinary American life back at us.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
The whole movie seems to be desperately trying to convince audiences that it's authentic and real, while somehow missing every note by half a step. It's this subtle, well-intentioned cultural dissonance that makes The Room such a weirdly charming cult classic.
You're lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.